Come on, come on. Hear me. Let my voice reach you all. Everybody, once again, a warm welcome to every single one of you who showed up to be a part of this beautiful celebration. I, Valiant Gladius, am here to entertain you while we wait for our beloved king. Bear in mind that our majesty has a lot of work on his head, so he cannot be here with us, for now. But do not be disappointed, the king will join us in due time. Today is the day that will be remembered for many years ahead, and Elion Firstground wants to personally tell you about his plans for the future of Toma. Before that, as the right hand and the grand sentinel of the crown, I would like to make the first toast. For freedom and safe future of our realm. For Toma! For Toma! As everyone in the Great Hall is full of joy and comfort, there are two knights in white armor, sitting at a small table in the side corner. Far from anyone else, they seem to not take part in this celebration, but rather stay vigilant. There are still guards roaming around on the sides, so they don't really stand out, other than, of course, them being easily recognizable as purifiers. At least, someone wearing their armor.
This helmet still presses against my ears. Ow! I think I might be bleeding. How long do we have to wait before anything happens?
I don't want to argue with you, but you know very well it's because of the hat.
Oh, I know, but I had to keep it on, you know why. Please ignore me. I just have to complain a little. Makes me feel way better.
The soldier sits with his left side turned to the bard. At all time, he stares into the center of the hall. Doesn't even turn when speaking to his companion. And the bard, after not hearing any reply from him, looks at the soldier for a while, expecting anything, but there's nothing instead. He sighs, puts away his gauntlets, and raises his face cover just to take a sip of wine.
Say, my friend, do you have any family?
The soldier slowly turns his head towards the bard, but speaks only after a short silence. What makes you ask this? Now, of all times.
Well, I don't know. I feel like never was a better time. Your mission was a priority, but now, look at this place. While we are here to achieve something different than enjoying the party itself, it would be a shame and a lost opportunity to not value this moment.
The bard pushes one of the empty glasses towards the soldier and gestures to him with a bottle of wine.
Shall we?
The king is nowhere to be seen, and Sir Thaddeus has yet to show himself and give us some kind of a sign. Pour me one, friend, but do not lose focus. After being served his wine, the soldier grabbed the glass without putting off his gauntlet. His face cover was risen only slightly, as he fears that someone could recognize him.
So, I'm a little worried. I do believe in your abilities, however, I'm afraid you might have a look of someone who has nothing to lose.
Is that so? What gives it away?
Can't tell. You just seem like you're in your own world this whole day, as if you accepted something that bothered you before. That's why I asked you this question.
Yesterday you told me to not overthink myself. What can I say? There's nothing more to it. I just try to stay clear-minded and to not lose sight of my goal.
Why do you have to take everything so literally? If you don't ask yourself and challenge your thoughts, you might not like the outcomes of your actions.
I'm a little lost right now. I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Oh, of course you don't. So, what about your family? Do you have someone?
I do. My father and 2 younger sisters here at the capital.
Ah, good to hear that. Are they doing well?
Yeah, they do. At least to my knowledge, when I visited them before going to Road's End. My father is a veteran, so they can live without my pay.
Ah, yes, soldiers of Toma are known to be given quite a treatment, aren't they? Especially around the Sky Bridge. But you know, you probably won't be able to meet them after this, yes?
I know, but maybe that's for the better of it. I am a traitor, after all. My father probably heard about it too. At least they are safe, as long as I am out of their lives.
No, 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 this is just wrong. Wouldn't you like for them to know the truth?
Which one? No matter how you paint it, you can't. A sudden hit on the table's leg, as one of the butlers tripped into it, nearly spilling the wine of both men.
I'm so sorry, sir, I didn't mean to.
The soldier waved his hand vigorously and interrupted the servant. No need to be sorry. Go on your way, it's all right. The man quickly straightened up and bowed towards the soldier, walking away shortly after. A quick throw-off of the conversation brings soldiers' attention back to the ruckus in the center. Ah, quite loud in here. I wish to be over with it already.
I can see that. Normally I would be somewhere among this ruckus, but outside of it, it seems a little unpleasant.
Normally? Huh. Was it always something you did?
Are you asking if going to such places was a common activity of mine? If so, of course not. Have you ever seen me? I'm just a mere peasant trying to fit in with the big heads. Ha! And I suppose it still works pretty well.
No way. You're not a nobleman.
Nope. And I wouldn't want it the other way around. Without the journey I had during my young life, I wouldn't end up the way I am now.
In that case, what actually led you to becoming a bard?
Let me think. Quite a lot, being honest. But the most important part of my past was probably the death of my only son.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, do not be. That was my greatest fear come true, but at the same time I was always by his side. Seeing him fight his curse of life being a little hurt the fact. His death was only a matter of time. I couldn't do more for him when he was here, but he always loved the fairy tales I was creating for him. He would love to hear more. I did the only thing that came into my mind. Spend the rest of my life finding inspirations to create. But I also learned that most stories don't need any work of imagination to become a great tale to tell. Hard work, ambitions, and emotions. These are the parts of the story that make it worthy of being told. And from that, magic would arise.
I see. Truth be told, in your position, I probably wouldn't react in such healthy way.
Touché. The same goes the other way around. Good thing both of us were put in our own shoes.
The soldier nods calmly, looking back at the center of the hall. The conversation with the bard ended here, as if there was a silent agreement between them. While they still sipped through their wine, the soldier spotted Sir Taldeus somewhere in the front, talking with Valiant, the man who greeted everyone. After a few moments, the knight looked at the soldier and pointed at him.
Then Valiant gestured to one of the guards, who started approaching the soldier and bard. Ready yourself, friend. Something is about to happen. Don't look around. Someone is walking towards us. The soldier feels tension in the air. As he is trying to avoid looking at the guard, he wonders, was it a trap? Did Taldeus betray them? His mind all of the sudden is filled with doubt. One of his hands slowly goes down his lap, reaching towards the resting sword on the side. But then...
Hey, both of you, come. The king needs a proper entrance, and our captain wants you to become crowns and turret for today.
Soldier and bard glance at each other for a moment and then back at the guard.
With pleasure.
Both stand up and take their equipment, while the guard prepares to lead them through the crowd. The soldier then sees Valiant and Taldeus as they seem to join the party on the knight's request. He will, for certain, keep the Grand Sentinel out of any action.
I must say, your armor looks quite ceremonial. Is it only for display, or does it actually offer protection?
Both. Wouldn't make sense to wear this just for show.
I know. Why so dry? I didn't expect to see other knights who accompany Sir Taldeus on his visit. Did something happen to Sir Lewis and Sir Bella?
No, not at all. I believe they are still in the city. They attend to other important matters.
Yeah, sure. But do you intend to keep your helmets on? It's way better to speak with someone face to face.
The soldier finds himself in lack of words. Not to catch any unwanted attention and stumble on his speech, he decides to stay silent.
I get it. Pride, eh? I see you're taking your oath very serious. Either way, meet my colleagues.
They reach a small wooden gate leading deeper into the palace, where in front of it stand 5 other guards. All their eyes are now on the knights.
Ours, and now also your job, is to be heralds of the king. We'll do it in our way, so just follow the steps, alright? All of us will go behind this gate. These guys will split into 2 sides. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. 2 closest to the gate will be ready to open it. You two, me, and him, will go to escort the king out of his room. Both of you stand out in this group, so we'll go just behind us out of the corridor. Then the king, and after him the rest of us. Just keep moving behind me and all will be fine. Understood? Yes, understood. Alright, after me.
Soldier, bard, and all 6 guards enter the corridor before them. As was ordered, 4 guards stay behind and close the gate. Everyone else marches forward, go through 2 other long hallways, and head straight towards a well-presented, ornate door. In the meantime, the soldier looks around, tries to catch every detail of this place, and as soon as they lose sight of the guards left at the gate, the soldier focused on what's before him.
You know, I wonder how hard would it be if we would switch our duties. I know you guys are fighting with curse or something like that, but being a guard at Skybridge is quite ungrateful and tense on its own.
A sudden strike of metal gauntlets to the head from both sides. As the soldier knocks the leading guard unconscious, he quickly grabs his body to put it softly on the ground. The other guard, taken by surprise, stands in shock for a moment. As he tries to reach for his weapon and shout for alarm, the bard lunges at him and tries to choke him from behind, grappling him with all of his strength. The guard easily pushes him off.
but those few seconds were enough for the soldier to come closer and headbutt the guard with his helmet on, before he was able to make any loud noise. The guard was given a strong concussion from the impact, and soldier took advantage of it with a quick punch to the stomach, followed up by putting his arm firmly around the guard's neck in an attempt to strangle him. The guard tried to fight the attacker off, but had no strength to do so, nor the breath to continue trying. As with the other guard, the soldier put his unconscious body slowly onto the ground. I'm sorry. Nothing personal.
Oh, are you crazy? That was way too risky for my comfort. Any kind of sight would be appreciated beforehand.
By your own words, I'm living in the moment. The more I think about it, I agree. I do best while improvising.
Oh, please, I can't with you. You still shouldn't just throw yourself at everything. Think a little. You're this close to making me regret trying to give you any advice.
Long way until that moment comes. Better hurry and not pester. You can do it some other time. Check this guard's belt, would you? I saw a keychain on him. Maybe one of the keys can lock this door. Soldier comes in a rush to the door and eavesdrops through it. The bard approaches one of the guards and takes the keychain off his belt, gesturing with it to the soldier. In the meantime, the soldier doesn't hear anything suspicious behind the door. Before he decides to enter the room, he stops to take few deep breaths. A weird mix of emotions overwhelms him in this very moment. But it cannot stop him. Not now. He simply shrugs them off, tries not to think about them. He dreamed of this very moment for many, many days. Now is the time to bring those scenarios into reality. He twists the doorknob and slowly opens the door. All covered in gold and antiques, a lavish room is before him. Unnecessarily tall ceiling, many paintings and carvings, and a big half-open window through which the endless sky can be seen. No one in sight at first. The soldier walks into the room and guides the bard to do the same. The door is closed behind them, then locked with one of the keys. The knock of the door's mechanism alerted someone inside. On the other side of the room, a long white curtain splits one corner of the room from the rest. A human shadow is cast on it from the other side, flickering like the fire that makes it. The figure seems to be in the middle of changing outfits, and only now the person speaks. What is this sound? Who entered my bedroom in such moment of awe? Is it you, Margaret? I told you to attend the guests! The soldier spots a heavy-looking wardrobe. Without any word, he points at it to the bard, and then they began to move it to block the door off. All in the middle of King's talk. What are you doing over there? Are you the guards to escort me? I'll make sure to deal with you later for breaching into this room like this. I'll be ready soon. You may wait outside until I call you. Who are you? Stop whatever you're doing and speak, or there will be harsher consequences. Both soldier and bard put the wardrobe leaning onto the door. The soldier then pulled out a dagger and stood closer to the curtain, awaiting silently, just behind it. In the meantime, the bard decided to doff his helmet, and seeing that the soldier doesn't want any help, he started to look around the room and admire all the art pieces. But then, something felt weird to him. As he became more aware and looked again everywhere around him, there, he catches something unusual around the window. He quickly tried to get soldier's attention, but without any effect at first.
We have a problem.
As the soldier hears his warning and looks at the pointed window on the side of the highest located point of the sky bridge. Outside, he sees a leather glove grabbing onto the lower frame.